Hello, I am the author of Haisley's Birthday Money, and I wrote Haisley's Birthday Money because I had an inspiration to write it while I was doing a Bible study called Dream Big by Bob Goff. And one of the questions in there was, what do you want to come back to tell your small group what you did over the last year? And we were praying, and one inspiration that came to mind was to write a children's book. I wanted to actually become a financial advisor at the time, but I was really too scared to take that leap, to take a pay cut and go out on my own. But the funny thing is when I started writing this book, I started to have confidence in myself that I can become a financial advisor and I could do this. So I wrote this book with my mom, and my mom's actually the writer, and I am more the finance side. So it was great that we were able to collaborate together. I started writing just a few short lines, and I reached out to a girl that also wrote a book, and she started her own publishing company. And so she liked my idea and was also interested in publishing my book. Purple Diamond Press is their name, and they helped publish my book. And so we'd go back and forth with my publisher. She'd say, "It's almost done. Make sure you get professional editing done." So I would go to Redsy or Reedsy and find a girl to edit my book. And it was just super exciting that we were able to get that done. And then my mom helped pitch in with some of the lines, make sure that it all rhymed. And then we found a really great illustrator that our publisher had recommended for us, and I loved her work. So we went ahead and went through with Seema is her name, out of Canada, and she's just so great with her illustrations. I love her style of illustration. So we went with her, and I just hope that this book really can just prepare kids for when they get money and how to basically spend wisely and invest wisely. And also to give at the same time, because when we give, it makes us also feel good. So if we can build those habits at a young age, spending wisely, saving, giving, I think that that's a very strong financial foundation, and we get to learn these things early on. And I just hope that parents will also read this book with their children, and that they will set up accounts for their children, or even guardians that are reading the book, grandparents that will help the kids set up accounts so that they can start investing at a young age. You can't start investing until you're 18 years old, so you really need an adult to help you manage your finances. So I just hope that this book really opens the eyes of young readers and gets them thinking on, with how they want to live, kind of like live their lives, if how they want to invest, what businesses to invest in. If they want to become an entrepreneur, they can, one of the lines in there is invest in their brother's lemonade stand. Well, their brother or themselves, they could also start their own business and start potentially creating wealth for their family. So, um, also in regards to meaningful gifts, I think that, like, when you can give a gift from the heart, it's very thoughtful. I think that the gift goes a long way, and I just think that, like, if you could gift this book to somebody, I think it's thoughtful. Because if you give someone money, usually it's because you want them to spend it on really whatever that they want, and I think if you put it with this book, that it's a thoughtful gift, and that you were educating the child and the adult at the same time, reading the book with the child, it that it would be beneficial. And, yeah, so growing up, my mom was a single mom with 3 kids, and I remember one day I was doing her budget, and because I used to watch Susie Orman on Oprah, and, yeah, so I was doing her budget, and I'm like, "I don't know how you can afford to live here." This was, like, in 2007 and 8 during that market time, and I was at the end of high school, so I didn't really understand, like, everything that was going on. So, we used to eat macaroni and cheese, and, like, you don't really realize that macaroni and cheese eaten often may be a sign that we don't have a ton of money, and, um, although mac and cheese is great, uh, but basically is, like, if we can start saving money at a young age, then we can have more options in the future, like, we could buy a car, we can go to college, we can you have so many other opportunities when you have money. So, even for me, like I got money for my birthday and I spent all of it. I went to Ross down the street from my house at the time. I would like walk down there and I'd buy new clothes, and then I wouldn't even usually wear them half the time. And it was just really a waste of money, and I wish somebody would have helped me, been a steward to my money. And another thing is that my grandma told me, "Hey, when you turn 16, I'll match whatever you save." Well, I really didn't know how to save any money at all. I spent every last bit, but what I needed to learn was someone to show me like, "Hey, this is how you budget. Get $100, like, be intentional about it. What do you wanna spend it on? Do you wanna go to Toys R Us, and, like, what is that one thing that you want? And be intentional about it. Maybe put a third of it away to save, a third of it to gift to somebody else for, like, Christmas or someone else's birthday, because that always feels good when you bring someone a nice gift, for Christmas or even their birthday or really anything, and yeah, just being intentional about it. Like, do you want to buy a book? Why do you want to buy that book? Why do you want to buy those clothes? And like spend it where your values are and where you really want to spend your money at. And I think that will go a long way. So, anyways, I hope this video was educational, and you also got to hear the side about why I wrote this book. And um yeah. Oh, and I also went in an indie route. So writing the book, I went through an indie publisher, and so I didn't go through one of the big 4 publishing companies or big 5. So it was a little bit easier for me to pitch my idea, and she takes a royalty from my proceeds, and I just felt like it was good accountability for her to stay on top of me. And um yeah, I think that if you wanted to publish a book, that you could do it too, and I can totally help you. So, if you have any comments you wanna leave here, go ahead, and if you wanna reach out to me, you can reach out to me at Nycole, Nycole, at edenfinancial.co. So that's .co. Have a good night.